What's going on, family? Peace, love, and happiness. Scott Vlad here. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new to my channel of Scott Vlad. On this channel, I talk about everything and anything that I want to talk about when I'm filming. But mostly it's going to be all about philosophical ideas, spirituality, general stuff that's interesting that I want to talk about. Maybe controversial, maybe fascinating information. I don't know where I'm going to go with this channel. You know, I used to have an old channel a little while back called Spiritual Scott, but it wasn't me. It wasn't what I really wanted to talk about. It wasn't my truth, you know. And this video I want to talk just about mental health during this global pandemic, and talk about how to move forward and not be so stagnant, because this is what I've been experiencing lately. I've been going through a lot of sad, lethargic depression moments for a long time now. It's not just been the past year. I've struggled with mental health for a long time, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? It's better to admit it. And there's a lot of things that are just take meds. And I'm not one for just diving into certain things, but I was on meds for a long time, since I was 13, for different things. And I was diagnosed with depression when I was 18, and I don't really I don't like it. When it comes to certain things, it can be severe with certain cases, but when it comes to doctors and stuff, all they do is just prescribe medication. There's no other healing modalities that they recommend really on the side, besides I think maybe therapy, which therapy could help. I tried counseling when I was younger, didn't work, but I would give it another shot. You know, because it's about expressing, right? You're expressing yourself to somebody else, and they can help you kind of piece your thoughts together instead of just suppressing everything. Because suppression causes a lot of depression. It causes a lot of tense and different illnesses in your body, because you're holding it back. You're not really speaking your truth. You're not expressing yourself. You're just putting it in, and then when everything gets held in, it's gonna have to explode at some point, right? And it explodes in other different ways, right? Some different things wrong in your body or your mind or certain things like that, right? So when it comes to medication, I'm all for it if there's other things included, which, because lately I started taking antidepressants a few days ago, because it has been tough, not just with this pandemic that's going on, but a lot of that too. But it was there with me before that, right? I've tried avoiding it and being no, it's not there. Well, no, I am sad sometimes, right? It's I do feel fatigue a lot, and when you're depressed, it's hard to get moving and get going forward. Hello, Stanley. And moving forward in life, it's good to work out. It's good to drink water. It's good to go for walks and do things. But at the same time, someone was shit, I don't want to go do that because I'm so fatigued. I'm so drained, empty, lost. That's oh, well, what's the point? Purposeless. There's no point in that. It's not going to help. Or maybe it will. And then sometimes it does. Yeah, because it's good to do that stuff. It's good to it's good to stay busy. It's about trying to moving forward, you know, keeping it going, and always knowing that you're not going to be stuck in that place forever, as long as you know and you hold that hope, you hold the faith that it's not permanent. Nothing's permanent in this world, right? But the pain is temporary, and there will be better days ahead. You just gotta have that focus. But it's hard to try things, right? To get up and do things without feeling you don't want to do it. But then when you do it, most of the time it does work, right? You work out and you're shit. After the workout, damn, that was worth it, you know? Or going for a walk. It's nature will help you. But then you're like, I gotta walk to the forest and I gotta go for that walk. But then once you do it and you get in, like, you see something line up and stuff, like certain things in your life, it's like, oh, you see people and just things make you happy, like going outside, and you're like, I'm glad I came outside. This was actually a really good experience. It uplifted my mood. And you keep that mood with you, right? Like, if you keep the happiness and the joy with you after that, at least for the rest of the day, you know that it's there, right? And like more alignment in your life will happen. Because like I've noticed, like on happier days when I go out into on like walks, if I'm happy and I'm going on a walk, everybody that I come across seems to be more bubbly and happy and uplifting, and like they want to talk or just like say hey. But then on the days I'm down, it's like, even if I try and start like a conversation like, hey, how's it going, they don't want to talk as much, or they just ignore you, or it's just like certain people, and it's like, oh shit. So it's like my energy, right? It's like, well, I'm feeling super uplifted today, and that's what I'm literally attracting in the reality. Or maybe it's just me, right? Like I have that happier energy, so when you're walking, it's like you enjoyed that moment. Maybe they didn't to the fullest, but like you enjoyed it more, and you're like, oh, that was a good interaction. Or like, not even with people, like with animals, I notice like I see more animals when I'm out on my walks. It goes like a raccoon or like deer, squirrels. I saw beaver the other day, and like that's awesome, right? It's like, it's magical. Like there's certain moments in your day where you feel good, and then there's certain moments that maybe don't feel as good. But that's like the polarity, right? It's good and bad, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's accepting the fact that we do go through all these emotions, and especially now, right? Like I know that I'm not working right now at the moment. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people are trying to live, right, and survive. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not against like surviving. We have to survive, but we have to help each other out too, right? And we have to know that we're all going through our own journeys. So why not go walk on those journeys together? You know, if we're on the same path together, so be it. Enjoy it. Be present with it. Help one another. And if people go on their own different like paths, when they don't intersect, like at that point, right, it's let it be, let it happen, because there's always going to be somebody in your life that can help, right? And it's okay to ask for help. That's what I've noticed. Like I've gone through like different phases where it's like, nah, nobody understands, nobody's gonna get me. But there is, right? Like it feels hopeless at some points. It feels like there's no purpose in life. It feels like everything is working against you, and not really fully like paranoid or anything, but like everything's like nothing's working for me, nothing's benefiting. It all just falls apart, and then it's like, okay, it's done, I'm gonna start going up. And then when you take a step, then it just all falls back down, you know? So it's about like actually having like a good foundation too, right? Like taking risks, accepting that it will get better. That's the hardest part though. That's the thing. It's hard to accept that it's gonna get better when, I mean, you don't know if it actually will or not, but if you hold the faith, you have faith that no shit, it will get better. It's going to get better for me and for everybody that I encounter, and for everybody in this world, as long as they have that light within them that is visible, or even not even visible, but they know that there's light there. Whether or not they see it or feel it, it's there. It's going to get better because it has to. That's how I'm like, you know, like as long as you have those good intentions for things, you come from a place of love, and you come from the heart, and not just like, oh, how can I benefit myself? How can I do it all for me? How can I make the money for me? You know, like nothing wrong with that. Like that's what I've noticed. Like I need to make fucking money now, especially during this time. Like I want to be able to afford my own stuff, you know, but it's not about money. I want to find a job that I'm passionate about, at least for the meantime, until I can get some type of self-employment business going. It's like I need to live. I need to be able to afford, like, pay for my expenses, buy my cat's food and litter and all that stuff, and like buy healthy food so I can become better in general, because like what I'm eating really matters. And like I try and eat super healthy too, right? Like I'm plant-based for the most part. I most times vegan, some days is vegetarian though, just depends. But I try and eat as healthy as I can, right? And it's hard though when you're depressed, because you just want to fucking overeat, binge, And I started smoking weed a few weeks back, and then I quit a few days ago. Or I kind of just reduced and stopped because sometimes it doesn't really help. I don't want to have to rely on something. That's the whole thing, right? When it comes to mental health, you don't want to have to rely on like a pill or weed or alcohol. I don't drink anymore. That's for sure I'm done with. But it's all what works for you though too, right? Like, and as long as you're aware that addiction is real, and whether or not you know it or not, like if you could be addicted to social media, you could be addicted to like weed, alcohol, drugs, escaping reality. That's mainly what it's all about, right? It's like, yeah, you're addicted to those certain things. Like I used to be addicted to gambling and stuff too. But it's not really escaping. It's escaping how you feel. And that's just a tool or a thing that's not really helping you, but it's a way that helps you escape. You just don't want to. You want to escape how you feel in that moment. And that's why with weed, it's like it's a quick high. It's like, but if you're using these tools to like grow, that's fine. You know, that's perfectly normal and perfectly all right. It's just don't do what everybody else is doing. Like if everybody's drinking and going to clubs and they're not getting anywhere in their life, well, clearly that's not going to work for you either because, well, everybody's doing it, right? It's like, yeah, there's trends and there's certain things that you can hop on and try, but like if you're really following the crowd, you're not going to stand out from the crowd, right? You have to go the opposite way, and that's what I've been working on. Like, shit, well, if I'm just doing the same thing that the person working at McDonald's is doing, you know, it's like I'm not going to get anywhere more than they are, really, unless you have like that huge mindset where it's like, okay, I'm working here to save up and just like be able to afford my daily expenses, and then on the side though, like after the job or like before whatever, you're doing shit, like you're staying busy, you're working on like self-love, healing, like meditation, nature walks, fitness, health, mental health, all that stuff. So yeah, when it comes down to like the main part, it's like, are you happy? Are you happy doing what you're doing? Does it make you feel fulfilled? Do you feel successful in whatever you're doing? And do you have purpose in everything that you do? Because everything has a purpose, right? Like going for a walk, that can have its purpose in of itself. Like it's fitness, it's connecting with nature. If you're going for a nature walk, it's getting somewhere. If you're walking somewhere, like walking to work or walking to the store or something. So it's like everything has a purpose. It's just, is the purpose used for good purpose benefits? Like, how would I, like if you're walking, like everything is purpose. That's what, like everything, like you have a bed to sleep in, purpose, so you can feel recharged, feel rested. You drink water for like to stay hydrated, healthy. We're like 70% water, right? So we are water. So you drink water, you work out, which I try to do like 3-4 times a week, strength training. I want to start running again once it gets a little less snowy out here in Canada. I'm near Toronto in Ontario. And like just keep it open to new experience, new adventures, new opportunities. But at the same time, it's like we all have to do what we can to live. And whether if you want to work or if you have to work a job, you know, like that's what I've come down. Like I've taken this past year off. It's like now I'm starting to look for jobs again. It's like, don't be worried about being stuck in some fucking like the Matrix type thing. You know, it's like as long as this job is more than just yourself, right? Like if I'm not going to go work at fucking McDonald's or Burger King, because one, I don't fucking eat that food anymore, right? And two, just not being of service to anybody else is killing people, you know? But if you want to go, you know, like for example, go work at a vegan restaurant or go work somewhere that's more of a beneficial to somebody else and health wise, like, you know, something that's more than mainstream and big company stuff like Walmart. It's like, I mean, there is benefits to these stuff, right? Like they do you have to buy shit, right? Like you got to get something for like a Home Depot or Lowe's. You still got to get fucking tools. You know, it's like, I'm not trying to avoid everything in life, right? It's like I'm trying to work on myself. I'm not worried about shit like outside of me or I'm not like spending my focus on like everything in the media, everything in everything, you know. But I'm not gonna pay attention to it, right? If I have to, if there's certain things like I don't watch the news, try to stay away from television. But I'll watch shows, you know. It's like I'm not fucking trying to be some like, oh, I gotta read all day, I gotta blah blah blah. It's like, no, I'll watch a movie, man. I'll watch shows on like Netflix or something. But as long as I'm consuming and producing, you know, like I'm not gonna. I mean, yeah, I've been like this the past little while, like consuming a lot and not really producing much. But you have to have that balance, right? The work, life, play kind of balance. And it's like, but if your work is play, well, then that's good too. You know, it's like, I want to have love in everything. Like I want everything to be passion and purposeful. Like, but it doesn't have to be like that right away. You know, it's like I'm fucking 22. It's like I got my whole life ahead of me, but I got my mindset right in a certain way, right? It's like I know I want more than just what a lot of older people have had. My parents, like, it's like I don't want to work different jobs or the same job my whole life and get a pension and retire and then just live like that. You know, I want to explore and experience while I'm working my career or whatever. Like, I don't have to be some, you know, like huge fame and successful person in that sense. Like, I don't need to be known. It's like I just want to spread my message. I want to help and be of service to people in some way or another, and I want to own a business. You know, I want to be my own boss, so I can have that freedom. And that's freedom me, you know. Like I said, nobody else. Like, if you want to work a job your whole life, that's perfect. That's fucking amazing. You know, you're supporting yourself. You can, if you have a family, you're supporting your family and kids or whatnot, and you could travel. You could still travel. You know, it's like you have freedom at another job. You know, if something were to happen with like the economy or like with family issues, job issues, like something, it's like there's always that possibility, right? Like job security. It's like it's nothing secure really. So fucking do what you want. You know, it's like that's where your mind comes into play. It's like you have the right mindset. You're passionate about what you're doing. That's fucking awesome. I salute you if you're doing something that benefits not only you, but it's of service to somebody else, and it makes you happy. You know, because if you're not happy, what's the point of even doing it, right? Which I've been going through. It's like, well, why would I do that if I'm not happy doing it? And it's like, well, then find something that you're happy doing. You know, it's like if you even like, you know, it's like anything you do, right? It's like, well, I'm not gonna play hockey if I don't like playing hockey. You know, it's like, I mean, I like all sports, so as long as I'm not gonna go do it by myself. But if somebody wants to play something or do something, yeah, I'm down. You know, I'm more of like a basketball, running, ball sport with your hands type of thing. And I mean that's me, right? Everybody is unique, because if there wasn't if we're all the fucking same, what's fun about that? What's fun about, like, I like basketball, you like baseball? That's perfect. But it's like, oh, we all do the same thing, no, it's fucking different. Be unique, be different, be expansive, be creative. And that's like, we're all individuals. Yeah, we're all like a part of a greater collective consciousness, but we are our own fucking people. You know, that's what makes being on Earth an awesome experience, right? We're all different, but just don't judge anybody for being fucking different. As long as they're not imposing on your free will and they know that they're coming from a place of good intention, it's like, that's all good, you know. It's like, that's perfect. That's how it should be, you know. As long as we're all on the same, how do I say, like the same page of truth. Like, as long as we know that what's true in a certain way, like, or as long as we don't impose, right? If I have my beliefs, you have your beliefs, that's fucking awesome. And it will take some time for everybody to be like, oh shit, like we all do believe different things. I mean, some the same, obviously, but accept the fact that we are not the same. We don't believe the same stuff, but I can accept it. You know, it's like, well, I got mine, you got yours, so let that be. And it's like, but if you need like assistance, you know, it's like we're human though, so that's the whole point, right? Like, we all bleed red, we're all human beings, we're all a part of this global family. I mean, right now, yes, it's pretty divided, but we're gonna unite at some point. Like we're all gonna be able to get through this shit that's going on right now. We're gonna be able to go up from here and keep pushing forward. It seems hopeless right now to a lot of things. It seems like there's no point, no purpose, not much passion in the world, but you got to be the change too, right? It's like you got to do your thing, stay in your lane, and expand that lane for make it a highway. It was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 lanes, and more people can come in on it. Expand, develop your life. And when people look at you, they're like, oh shit, I remember when he was depressed and now he's a millionaire and he helps people and he's blah 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 and blah blah. It's like, that's good. It's like, yeah, as long as you come from like that place of good intention, you come from love, and you love your life, you live, and if everybody has a different vision of what living is, everybody has a different vision of happiness. I mean, yeah, there's some like that overlap. It's like, what's happy to you? It's like some are the same. It's like, yeah, just like feeling good and doing something that you like doing. That's happy, and other people, it's, well, happy to me is waking up, going to my job, coming home, watching TV, and it's like, good, that's you. You can do what you want as long as it's not affecting other people in a negative way. I'm all for affecting people in a positive way, though, right? Because it helps. If you're having a bad day and someone says hi to you, even if you're not aware of it, it helps in that moment or makes you smile then. It's something about that energy, right? It's the positive energy. It's like, oh, someone actually cares about me, And that's the whole thing, right? It's like, I feel like it's going on right now, separation. A lot of people are separated between, this virus is real, this virus isn't real. I mean, I don't believe it's a full-on pandemic worthy, but I mean, our freedoms are getting taken away. But we all have our own way to cope with this. We all have our own way to express how we feel, and it will get better. That's all I'm saying. It will get better because a lot of people are realizing that shit. I want to feel good. I want to be happy. It's like, it feels good to feel good. So why not feel good? I mean, sometimes I'm like, it's hard to feel good. It's like, it's easier to feel bad. And then the bad just feeds the bad even more. And you're like, oh, that feels good almost, but bad. But then when you feel good, it's like, shit, well, what if I can feed the feel good, and then I'll feel good even more. And it's like, okay, I'm on to something, right? And that's what I've been feeling lately. It's like, but then you forget. You almost forget how it feels to feel good, I guess. I don't know. Something like that. But keep looking up. Keep holding the light that your life will get better. People in your lives will get better. And everybody's lives will get better. Because we're going up from here, Good always wins. Love always wins. And just protect your energy, protect your mind, protect your mental health. Do what you feel is right. Trust your intuition. Trust. Use discernment. It's like just try. As long as you're coming from the place of love and using all the capabilities that you have to feel in that moment, do it. Go for it. If you have to take meds, take meds. If you smoke weed for the meantime, but you're not like all the time, it's like, shit, I want to feel better. I don't want to smoke all the time. Research how you can start feeling better. Like, I meditate a lot. I go on nature walks. It helps, And there's seasons too. Like, it's fucking sad in the winter. It's gloomy, but then I got a sense of spring essence today. I'm like, okay, I feel it. It's getting better. It's getting nicer. With that being said, my friends, though, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you took anything away from this, I'd love to hear. I'm trying this out, trying new things. It's always good to expand. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, that'd be fucking awesome. That'd be amazing. And I'm sending you all positive energy, love, and peace. Thank you again, my friends. I'm Scott Vlad, and I'm out of here. Woo!